Fight. Here we are. This is the Matrixxx Groove Hour for April 3rd, 2019. It is 1:03 on the East Coast, live every day here, Monday through Friday. Also, restreaming on Periscope/Twitter every day, sometime in the evening. I think the later in the evening, Shady, we're going to be doing a little bit better. But before I talk to Shady, let me introduce him. This is my partner in Justice, who I'm thankful to have along with me on this journey, along with you guys here in YouTube. My partner in Justice here, Shady Groove. Welcome.
Well, thank you very much to you and to everyone out there. Another day of winning, another day of Patriots coming together and learning what it means to work together. I couldn't be happier to be in any other place than here with all of you. So great to be here. And man, what a news cycle we are stuck in.
Absolutely. And I want to just quickly say one thing to Amy Q Patriot out there.
Yes.
How are you? And how is your little 11-year-old Patriot? Tell her hello, and basically, Shady, I think she's a fan. So we've got a really young Patriot fan, Amy Q Patriot. I'm speaking for Shady too. We love you, and we love your Patriot daughter as well. Thank you guys very much for listening and tuning in. They're also big iPod fans, like I am.
Oh my gosh, me too.
And really quick, Shady, I have got some huge news. Are you guys ready out in YouTube? Who wants to hear?
You mean like huge?
Totally huge.
Huge
news. Who wants to hear the huge news?
One huge news.
Oh, there's our J Vega, Jojo K, our mods, Poussant. We've got some awesome mods out there. Cookies there. We love you guys. We got the best
I-70s
mods
out there. Everybody
I-70.
in the house today. This conversation is just growing at such a rapid rate, guys. I am amazed to see all of this going on and how many people are just hammering away at the deep state. This is incredible.
All right. So really quick, before I get to the huge news, I want to just say a quick prayer for the people that are attacking us and for us. No weapon that is formed against you will prosper, and every tongue that accuses you in a judgment you will condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and their vindication is from me, declares the Lord. Isaiah 54:17. So I just wanted to lead that off. And I think it's appropriate to lead that off with a prayer really quick. GD Sharp, I'm proud to support Matrixxx and Shady Groove. Keep spreading the truth pills. Thank you, GD. So you guys ready for the news?
We're dealing red pills.
We're red pill dealers. Elkton Christian Academy, God bless you. Thank you. Check this out. So tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern, lock this channel down. Catch the replay. Make sure we have Praying Medic joining us tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern. What do you think about that, guys?
Wow, I am very, very humbled and excited to have Praying Medic come over and join us. What a great time it is to start to really get this community coming together.
Yes, and Praying Medic is absolutely amazing. He and I have talked a long time back, and he's actually in our Discord as well. And this is going to be a great interview with a great patriot. I am so honored and happy to have my good friend. I can say, just because we're working on Twitter and we're talking about the same thing. We all want our president to win, and I think that's the goal, guys. The goal is, I said that prayer for attack on purpose, okay? Everybody's attacking everybody, and it's just getting out of hand. The one thing that, and I'm going to just lead right into this Dilly scope, guys. If you guys have not seen this, now, mind you, there is some words in there that are very Dilly-esque, if you will.
Brendan Dilly does not mince words, and
He doesn't.
he speaks from the heart, and he'll let the F-bomb fly. But this was an amazing broadcast by him, and I feel like a lot of us need to step into the power that he was projecting here.
Yeah, and this is Monday's broadcast. Praying Medic actually retweeted it as well. And basically, here's the long and the short of it. We have to stand up for America. We have to realize who he's so funny. He's on the screen right now, Shady, with his little Trump Hawaii gift that a patriot gave him. But the bottom line is the Trump campaign is in full swing for 2020. We need to make sure that our president, Donald J. Trump, gets elected. Period. The end. It doesn't matter if you have green shoes on. It doesn't matter if, you are this or you are that or people are. Nobody's going to remember this once Donald Trump is elected in 2020. The one thing that we do have to fight for right now, Shady, is getting our president elected.
Yes.
This is the bottom line. And if people who are attacking people that are both voting for Donald Trump, I don't care. Dilly says it perfectly. I don't care. You're voting for Trump, you're great to me. Whatever. Say what you will about me. Nobody's going to remember this after 2020 when we have our republic restored the way our founding fathers wanted. Are you with me on that?
I'm with you on that, and I want to also just to add we need to be red pilling people and waking people up so that not only do we reelect Donald Trump, but we get the House back. I think that that's going to be a massive wave if we win the House back in 2020, as well as the presidency. So the more people that we can speak with, the more people you can talk to and share information with, and the more you can wake up. We reported on some amazing news yesterday, which was the polling that showed 34+% of the people that were at the Michigan rally were registered Democrats. That is off the chain. And so it really means that people have an appetite for the truth. And you guys out there are walking around every day with the truth right there in your head. So recognize that as your power as well. And let's start to really get focused on getting this guy elected and more Republicans.
Amen to that. And guys, look at this. This is remember when Q posted, by the way, this is gonna go live later. This is
what is that?
This will be intheMatrixxx.com/Q posts.
I've never seen Q posts with a Matrix color.
I don't know. I just happen to like these colors.
It's pretty nice.
So what my point is here is, Q 70 posts, give or take on that day, right? Love of country, make California great again. Love of country, Patriots United. Patriots United. That's a server we know of, I think. Also, love of country, flags out. Love of country, honor and respect, flags out. Love of country, flags out. Love of country, love of country. We are united in this fight. And I noticed that there was regular MAGA supporters there that may or may not know about Q that Q pointed to. So I got to thinking about this and, all this stuff. We're sitting around here, decoding Q and waiting for the next Q to drop. But I'm thinking Q is telling us that we all need to band together to, whether we're Q, whether we're MAGA, whether we're a new Republican coming into the fight. We just need to get out there. We need to show ourselves. We need to show ourselves and get out there and support our president and make damn sure that he gets elected for 2020.
And I think that we're going to do it. I think that we have enough. I think we have the momentum, and if we're getting this many people to the conversation right now, just see what
Yeah,
will happen once there's a declassification, once FISA stuff is opened, once they overplay their hand. I think they're really overplaying their hand right now on this whole subpoena thing, because what they're not considering is all of the information that is in this report that has to do with them. So it really does seem. I mean, I love my I love my professional troll in chief up there, and it really does look like he's trying to get them to ask for it, and they are asking for it. Let's
absolutely.
open it up. What if he opened up the whole thing and it exposed everything to do with Uranium One or the Ukraine? Look what's breaking against Joe Biden and his son right now in Ukraine. Also, a couple of other people getting tossed into the mix here as well. John Kerry's son-in-law ended up on the board of that same gas company. So there's a lot of stuff here, and
It's a spider web.
it's spider web. And what they did was they usurped the election in Ukraine and inserted a completely different puppet person. And now it looks like there are investigations going on in Ukraine, investigations going on in Saudi Arabia, investigations going on in Italy, investigations going on in France, in Britain, here, Australia, New Zealand. All of these, you're seeing the worldwide system kind of move against the cabal here in multiple different arenas.
And I also want to show you this. Look at this search for post number. You can search for words or post
Oh,
number.
this is so great.
Check this out. Let's say I want to get Q post 511 and a comma. Let's see if I also want to get Q post 210, 3, 4, 5, 6, and
Look
2000.
at this, guys.
Watch this. Look at that.
Want to talk about red pilling your friends? Look how fast. Now you can pull up multiple Q posts from multiple areas of the board at the same time to take snip pictures or to get them together. Look at this. Wow. And there they all are without any headlines.
Right. The searches are accurate. So, guys, I mean, I'm telling you. So, also tonight, I want to make another announcement really quick. We have got. Let me just get this open here. I will be on the Patriots soapbox tonight, 9 to 11 p.m. And I'm going to be on there with I-70. I-70 is right out there right now. He's a mod here. He's an amazing friend and Patriot, and he's got a show with Coach Clay. So it's the I-70 and Coach Clay show tonight. Patriots soapbox, 24/7 YouTube over there, 9 to 11. So please join me over there. This is where we're going to actually, the Q post will probably be up I-70, so it's going to be live on your show, and we're going to announce it there. So thank you for that invite. And I understand that I-70 and Coach Clay might want you next week, Shady. So this is amazing.
Yeah, they have me on the schedule for next Wednesday, so really excited.
Awesome. So this is how we are working together, guys. Now, let's just go through a couple of things here. This is Shady Grooove yesterday. This is a Chinese woman, Shady.
Yes.
With 2 passports, malware, arrested at Trump's Mar-a-Lago club. Okay, this lady on Saturday made her way past security checkpoint, according to federal criminal complaint. President Donald Trump was at the Trump National Golf Club, thank goodness, in West Palm Beach at the time, according to the White House press pool reports. Yujing Zhang appeared in court Monday on charges of unlawfully entering a restricted building or grounds and making false statements to federal law enforcement agents. Zhang, who also had 2 passports, 4 cell phones, a laptop, and a hard drive, told a Secret Service agent that her father was a club member and she was visiting the pool, the complaint states. So, so there was a language barrier, and the on-duty manager said someone with the last name Zhang was a club member, but the Secret Service could not confirm that she was a club member, goes the complaint. So, wow, this is amazing, Shady.
The language barrier would have been intentional. She would have not been speaking in English, acting like she was confused and saying things that didn't make any sense. Also, they did find a hard drive and malware. So she actually looked like, from later reporting last night, from what I could tell, and can you believe this isn't major news in the whole country? Nobody's talking about this today. Maybe there's a reason nobody's talking about it, but she had a thumb drive, and the thumb drive had malicious malware on it. side-handed kind of people talking about this stuff, maybe not true, but people were thinking that she was definitely going to plant something on the systems there so they could either monitor, scoop, surveil, or collect. But
So,
she had a
yeah,
laptop, a thumb drive,
and malware.
malware, 2 cell phones or something, 4 cell phones. 4 cell phones and 2 passports. So, yeah, not really looking innocent there.
Right. So here's another article too, and it's actually this one actually made the Drudge Report. So there's about 4 articles on this on the Drudge Report, and this is from Mother Jones. You know, I know Mother Jones, a new Chinese mystery at Mar-a-Lago. This is again another pretty well written article. You know, Cindy Yang. So this is an event that she may have been trying to attend, promoted by Cindy Yang, and I think that's the Cindy Yang that was involved with the issue with Kraft. So you know there could be more to this story.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
I didn't see that. Very
yeah.
possible there.
Yeah, so Cindy Yang's company, GY U.S. Investments, was claimed to be able to provide opportunity to interact with the president, the American Minister of Commerce, and other political figures. The firm's website billed this event as a once-in-a-lifetime public publicity opportunity attended by Chinese elites from various countries. So it's amazing how this story is kind of going along. Here's the, if you can read this, this is the flyer, apparently, that Miss Elizabeth Trump Grau, so this very interesting stuff here.
Huh. I'm just now seeing that.
Yeah. So this requires some further digging, but I wanted to bring this to you, Patriots, and I'm going to drop it one more time in here, just so you have it. Mother Jones article that's actually on the Drudge Report too. So the Drudge Report is actually kind of covering it, Shady. I was kind of impressed. So that's that one.
Well, yeah, they took a break from putting up all of Joe Biden's creepy pictures.
Well, there's a lot more. There's a lot of that coming on.
Half of the deep state is throwing him under the bus, and the other half is defending him. So the lady that accused him is from the Bernie Sanders camps. I think Bernie Sanders might be using some Hillary tactics back there.
So we've got another interesting tidbit. Peter Buttigieg from South Bend, I believe that's Indiana, doesn't believe Trump believes in God. So Mayor Buttigieg, it's hard to look at Trump's action and thinks he believes in God. I mean, look at that.
Wow, now we're going to question a man's faith.
Right. So he says, I'm reluctant to comment on another person's faith, but
I'm going to comment on another
I'm going to comment because I'm an NPC. And he is on MSNPC. So this is awesome. So I would say that it's hard to look at this president's actions and believe that they are actions of somebody who believes in God. I mean, we have the POTUSShield.org. Our president does believe in God. I'm sad to tell you that, my friend. But he says, I just don't understand how you can be so worshipful of your own self as he is and be prepared to humble yourself before God. I've seen him humble himself before. I've never seen him humble himself before anyone. And the exhilaration of yourself, especially a self that's about wealth and power, could not be more at odds with at least my understanding of the teachings of the Christian's faith, he added. So, another thing, that's at Mediate or whatever it's called. I'm going to drop that in there too for you. Just covering some Trump or anti-Trump news if you want to talk about. I want to also really quick, Shady. Let's play this really quick. This is something that, since we are talking about Trump, this is another day in Trump's America. If you guys don't watch a video today, this is the one to watch. Ready?
I'm right up here on the left. Actually, the road's closed, so you can turn around in the driveway at the bottom of the hill. Have a good night.
Face to face with 16-year-old high school.
You serious right now?
Go! Keep going! Go! Keep going! Go!
was just a matter of time before we saw something like this, and I'm really surprised that we haven't seen something worse.
People always ask, what does it mean to make America great again?
Right?
Man, car's stuck in the snow, man.
You try to give you a push?
Yeah, please, man. I appreciate it.
All right, look, here's what we're gonna have to do. I'm gonna push, don't hit the brakes at all. You just gotta keep going.
It means to make America a better place than it was the day before.
Make America great again and again. That is an amazing video right there. Really quick, MM says, thanks for all your hard work, Patriots. Buttigieg, whatever his name is a Trojan horse. He's the one they really want. And yes, you know, obviously he's screaming pretty loud and making some pretty wrap-up smear allegations. So they just said, oh, he's not godly. We'll wrap it up, present it to the media like it's real. And I think that's really important to understand, guys.
Yeah, and Anon out there said you pronounce it Booty Judge. So I don't know about that, but
so Booty Judge is
I like it. Booty Judge.
He's out of hand. Yeah. So you know, the motive obviously is, you know, keeping the deep state in power. I mean, they're not fooling us anymore. But I wanted to make sure that you guys see this too, because it's important that we understand what's going on with our president and Anons as well. And I'm going to have to play through this commercial. Hang on.
Can we watch a commercial real quick?
It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. You demonize, and then we call it the wrap-up smear. If you want to talk politics, call it the wrap-up smear. You smear somebody with falsehoods and all the rest, and then you merchandise it. And then you write it, and they'll say, see, it's reported in the press that this, and this, so they have that validation that the press reported the smear, and then it's called the wrap-up smear. Now I'm going to merchandise the press's report on the smear that we made.
So this is what's happening about, Q, right?
You couldn't be more clear than that.
Our president, and even Anons, great Anons, people that are shooting the messenger. They're just doing a wrap-up smear, folks. That's all it is. Colo Cat says, where we go, when we go all. Attacks against MAGA movement growing daily. Stand strong, Patriots. You know, and I have a feeling I know why they're growing stronger, Shady.
Well, I think I know with you.
D-class coming. Real quick, let's hit on this. This is the sealed cases. They're not calling them indictments anymore. They're calling them sealed cases. And there's 88,350 from 10/30/2017 to 3/31/2019.
And recognize that these numbers do not represent cases that have already been unsealed. Those are coming off the list as we go through.
Correct. And there's your heat map right there, your March update. Red is no good. Orange is not much better. So there you go. Look at that. Everybody's got sealed indictments, every state.
I feel like the state of Oregon needs to get more up there. There's a lot of bleed over from California here, and right. So I think we could use to get Oregon a little closer to red.
I agree. I mean, there's probably. Well, yeah, we can go on and on about what we think, but that's 5,521 per month on average. That's 6,026 new ones this month. So then I really quick wanted to cover this too, Shady. This was absolutely phenomenal. Let's check this out. That's my POTUS right there, Shady. I've never been so proud to call a president my president.
I haven't either. I really, just to bring back this, not only the mystique, but just the whole idea of someone who is leading us, right? Like, he's leading by example. When I wouldn't follow any of the last presidents into a foxhole. This guy, man, I would take a bullet for him in a second.
Yeah, man, this is amazing. We need to make sure he gets reelected. And I want to hat tip Praying Medic. He retweeted our show maybe 3 times now. And I'm so honored that he feels that this show has a way to get people together, to get people here, to talk about what is on our minds, and to keep positive, because that's what we need to do. You know, we need to be patient. Yes, we're all being attacked, but you know what? We need to be patient for them too. And that's why I said that quick little opening prayer of protection. And, you know, I pray for them. And I pray for this president to get elected again, Shady.
Well, I feel like if we were not being attacked, then I don't think we're doing what we're supposed to be doing, are we?
Right.
Also, look at what he's taken for us.
Oh my gosh, I know. So this is a tweetable version. If you guys are on Twitter, this is a tweetable version of that. If you're gonna watch a video, this is the one to watch. It's full. It's the full version right there on Twitter for you. Then you remember when Q says memes, and more memes, right?
We love our memes, folks.
We love our memes. I've got an amazing Patriot on Twitter. It's Cranker. It's at @crank_the_crank. So it's at crank the crank with underscores in between. Crank the crank. But I tell you what, he made this really amazing video. Did I lose it? Let me just see. Here it is. This is it right here. Crank the Crank did this amazing video about, let's just see what he says here. Q post 3030, a call to create memes about POTUS's accomplishments. Q. Memes, and more memes. Look at that. Wake up, America. Facts matter. Save America. United, not divided. Where we go, one we go all. And here I said, this is amazing. Well done, Patriot MAGA 2020. And let's just go ahead and play this because it's amazing. And we've got amazing patriots doing amazing things. Here we go.
CNN, CBS, ABC, there's the New York Times right over there, and the Washington Post. They're working overtime. Grooove.
What is on, Mr. President?
You'll find out. Hillary is so corrupt. She got kicked off the Watergate Commission. How corrupt do you have to be? In fact, many people tell me that modesty is perhaps my best quality. Even better than my temperament. Preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States. The Constitution of the United States. So help me God. So help me God. Congratulations, Mr. President. people out there that have done some very, very evil things, very bad things, I would say treasonous things against our country. And
there it is.
Fantastic work.
There it is. That is Q, the Great Awakening tribute by our Twitter friend, Crank_the_Crank. Go give Cranker a follow over there. And I did let me drop that YouTube video in one more time, guys. And get over there, leave a comment of support. That is an amazing video. In fact, Crank, if you want to make a video, for us as well, let's do it. We need some video makers. We need some meme makers. We need people to get involved. And, we're going to do it either way, guys. So
this is how we're going to bring a lot of people to the conversation with things like that. Really engages your mind. It engages your thought. And it makes you, this is we're just over 2 years of an administration. They've impugned him for the first whole 2 years. He's already, started to step into the election cycle right now. So we really need to get behind this guy and spread the information and these memes and songs and stories and information and Q stuff. As far as you can spread it, this is no longer the time to hide. This is time to be loud and talk about it. Not be rude, but be loud and confident.
All right, this is one of our YouTube people right here, right now, Patriot Politics Research at mile_VOLI_disc0. Hannity at 3144 of this Hannity link. Can you find me in 2 different shots? So let's check it out. Let's go to 3144 in here. And we'll check it out. This is cool. Let's see what we got. If we got one of our own on Hannity, this is big news. Here we go to 30. So it's 3144.
let's have the same civil liberties
maybe
for
Democrats might want to give up on the same investigation they had. The FBI investigation, 2 congressional investigations, no collusion, no obstruction. Give it up. Maybe solve problems and serve the people that put you there. Just an idea. Thank you both.
Hey, I'm in favor of that. Let's
Here we go.
On this story of more, Matt Finn. Matt, what's going on?
Sean, the outrage over just...
Wait, did we miss you? Were you there? All right, so let's see that again. 3144.
On the outrage over Jussie Smollett boiled over here in Chicago today, right in front of Kim Foxx's downtown office. The Chicago Police Union protesting against Kim Foxx, saying she has...
Okay, so what do we got? We got people there.
A history of being anti-police, even exonerating known gang members, and they're demanding...
3144, look at protest. All right, so let me look one more time. 3144. If I go to 3144... So this is the protest right here at 3155, right? All right, let's check it out. Do we see you there? Wow. But you know what? If you were at this Smollett
even exonerating known gang members, and they're demanding she resigns. A group of...
Yeah, you know what? I posted some Q signs too. I wonder if it was
Kim
yours.
Foxx supporters organized a counter-protest in the same location today, led by Jesse Jackson. Jackson tells Fox News that...
There it is, right there. Is that our guy? Is that our guy right there? Is that you, Patriot? Oh my gosh. God bless you. And next time, do the qmap.pub and put intheMatrixx with 3x's.com on there too, man. I would really appreciate it. There he is. It's him. Woo! Look at you, man. Awesome. Man,
Heart of the beast.
This is it. This is what we're supposed to be doing, guys.
That's right.
Way to
and
go.
Talking to people about this stuff and mentioning what it is you mean whenever you say you support the president or you support Q.
What do you mean?
Talk to people.
What do you mean, Shady?
Meme.
What do you mean?
I meme to meme. My meme is to meme, and then I meme.
Wow. So I went ahead. Crank the Crank is the gentleman that did the video earlier. Of the memes and more memes on Twitter. Crank_the_Crank.
Hashtag Army of Frogs.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what we are, guys. We are an army of frogs. In fact, if you look it up, a bunch of frogs is called an army of frogs. So the Dems, one more thing. Again, we reported on this yesterday, but NPC News has this one.
WNPC.
NPC. There's an NPC Congress or House representative right there. So the House Judiciary authorizes a subpoena for full Mueller report.
These people are off.
Thank you, Nadler, whatever. Look at that. Look at that. So didn't Q tell us? Didn't Q tell us that they would subpoena? It's absolutely amazing. You just can't make this stuff up, folks.
Well, you realize they're attempting to subpoena a completely unredacted version, so they don't care about people whose names, numbers, addresses, emails, financial statements, personal contacts. They don't care about any of that, and they're subpoenaing it not to look at, but to open up to the world. And that's why I was leading into a little bit at the first of the show about maybe he wants them to lean into this because of what Q has said about, we know they're going to subpoena, so why not put a nice little, put some cheese out there and make sure the trap is good and set for whenever they get all the way into it.
That's right. And, that's why they have that thing tomorrow, right? MoveOn.org, George Soros and company are having this scream at the sky to release the Mueller report.
Are you? I did not hear this.
Yeah, remember we reported it yesterday. MoveOn.org.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, the scream at the sky thing is.
Well, that's my writer's embellishment, if you will.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay, I got sucked in there.
I mean, it should be called scream at
the
sky.
That might as well be what they're doing.
Right. Again, let me just go ahead and give you the actual source right here. This is from MoveOn.org. Thursday is National Day of Action to release the report. I mean, that's our hashtag, guys.
You release the report. We
I love
support.
It. So they hijacked our hashtag. So this is a hashtag to use, guys, because Twitter is going to let it go through.
They're going to like to run with that.
Right. So that's a great idea. Get that out there. So we covered the Chinese woman. We covered MoveOn.org. Let's see, what else do we got? We got, I guess, U.S. expands catch and release amid surge in migrants, which is very interesting.
This is, they're saying, 100,000 that they've gotten already in March?
Yeah, let's bring that up. So this is the catch and release among surge in migrants. So here's some migrants, and they show kids and mothers, but look at all the men behind there, right? They probably had to wait forever for these shots. So in El Paso, Texas, the surge of migrant families arriving at the southern border has led Trump administration to dramatically expand the practice President Donald Trump has long mocked catch and release. So, I'm not sure what to think of this news because it is coming out of Associated Press. So, Ramos calls for open borders. I believe Ramos, he's calling amnesty for all illegals. So amnesty for illegals. You're illegal, but we want you for... What is wrong? What?
Do we just need to go out and send trains and boats and airplanes out and bring every single person in the world here? Then what? Then what would we do?
Yep. George Ramos is Univision anchor, and on Tuesday evening, and I've seen him on Tucker, and Tucker just looks at him like he's got three heads, man. This guy's absolutely insane. And he says the U.S. economy has been absorbing them, and it seems that we have to realize that the only way to deal with this is in a legal way, Ramos told CNN's Anderson Cooper. Just to understand that legally they're going to keep coming, and it really is nothing that we can do to stop them. Now, if they're illegal, Ramos, and we got to deal with it in the legal way, that means arrest and get them out of here. Do you understand?
Well, we do have some new stories breaking that the mainstream isn't reporting, but now Mexico has started to turn back the caravan on their southern border. So the president last week said, I'm cutting off all your money. You're not going to get anything from us unless you start helping us. And so now they're starting to cooperate, it looks like, and interject into, this is tractor trailers picking up loads of people. They're riding on top of the tractor trailer trucks up here. They're just driving them. What is happening is ridiculous. And we don't have ill will towards the people that are coming here. It is not the people that are coming here that are the problem. It is the people who are there in those countries who are organizing these events and using your tax dollars. You're going to love this. Your tax dollars are going to fund the organizations, and political campaign donations are going to organize these caravans in Honduras, El Salvador, and south of the border, and get them up here and give them all cards. They're all carrying cards that they can just spend money on. This isn't you're tired, you're poor, or you're huddled masses, okay? This is an invasion being sent by the deep state.
Yes, and remember we talked about yesterday, Shady, about the antitrust and the DOD on the was it the 11th? They're going to have an
11th,
open.
yes.
So today, lawmakers are basically big media. They're trying to change antitrust laws. This is today in the Wall Street Journal. News publishers have struggled as tech giants such as Google and Facebook have taken a big share of digital advertising revenue. But this article basically is talking about them wanting to change antitrust laws. And let me just go ahead and send that article your way. Let me just do a Control F and ANTI. So there. So news publishers. So here we go. The Journalism Competition and Preservation Act is sponsored by Rep. David Cicilline, D, of course, of Rhode Island, chairman of the House Antitrust Subcommittee, and Rep. Doug Collins, R, Georgia. News publishers have struggled to make money on digital ads, partially because of the dominance of Facebook and Google. Antitrust law bars the news companies from working together in negotiations with the tech platform. So the bill would give the publishers a 48-month safe harbor from those rules, during which they would be free to work together to push their propaganda case on issue from revenue splits and data sharing, content licensing. So Mr. Cicilline says the urgency of the measure was increasing. Quote, local media and local publishers are really on life support, he said, pointing to new industry data showing that publishers have lost more than $30 billion in ad revenue since 2006, while Facebook and Google made more than $60 billion in ad revenue just last year alone. You can you can see that because of their dominance in the marketplace, they are generating most of the revenue. People familiar with Facebook's thinking that the antitrust exemption for publishers would likely harm consumers and fail to help solve the business model that it is intending to help fix. Spokeswoman from Google declined to comment. So I thought that was very, very interesting. Again, Facebook demands user email passwords. It's beyond sketchy. The big media push right here with antitrust law. Millions of records found on Amazon Cloud. This is another article I kind of stumbled upon. This is Bloomberg, April 3rd. Researchers at UpGuard, a cybersecurity firm, found troves of Facebook user information hiding in plain sight.
On Amazon server?
Yes.
What, how? So Facebook's using Amazon servers too?
Yes, and the CIA wants them to be Amazon too, right? And
they do?
Our DOD. Yeah.
Huh. Well, now that would just be silly.
So look at this. Hiding in plain sight. Where have you heard hiding in plain sight before, guys?
Right under your nose.
Right?
Think mirror.
So let's do... Now, I don't have to clear anything. Plain.
You can just type it in?
Plain, yeah, plus SITE. I think they spelled it that way. Oh, that's an error. Let me just do this one more time.
You're playing with your toys.
I know. So how do you hide a message in clear sight? You'd be amazed at how much is shared on poll, data exchange, etc. So
that was one quick search.
Right, but look at this. Let's go here. This is the Guardian project, right? This is the hidden messages. But I'm thinking that there's something big to this hiding in plain sight thing, man. Facebook, so more.
Well, we can look. I mean, look what it's connecting to. Maybe some people aren't aware out there the predicament that we are in as a nation. But I would just like to remind everyone that Amazon owns Whole Foods. So, and I am someone who is paying attention to the food supply and what's really going on and what the FDA and the government regulations and stuff are doing. And the idea that Amazon, Washington Post, Jeff Bezos, and Whole Foods, cloud services, intelligence agencies, Facebook, Google, all working together doesn't make me very comfortable with the practices and processes here.
Right. And, it doesn't me either. I mean, we want to put our government on Amazon Cloud. Also interesting to note, Tucker Carlson beats all of CNN's primetime shows combined.
It's just going to be crazy. Sean Hannity last night was dredging up some old video of Alec Baldwin doing a radio show. It was hilarious. If you didn't check that out, very funny. But to see the left coming unhinged and then to go back and then now to bring it forward, watching what Tucker does, I really do like Tucker. Hannity, I love Hannity, but to some degree, he kind of sits with me a little bit wrong, but I really do appreciate what Tucker Carlson is doing. And I can't believe 25 years later I'm saying that, but he used to irritate me real bad on CNN.
Absolutely. And let's play Carly Bond. This is,
shout out.
This is a shout out to Carly Bond. It's at QBQ.
I think she's with us out there.
QBQ 225 at QBQ 225. Carly, let's go ahead and listen to what Carly has to say. She has OIG, soon, treason, buckle up. Let's listen to this again.
Obstruction. I hope they now go and take a look at the oranges of the investigation, the beginnings of that investigation. You look at the origin of the investigation, where it started, how it started, who started it, whether it's McCabe or Comey or a lot of them. Where does it go? How high up in the White House did it go? You will all get Pulitzer Prizes, okay? You're going to all get Pulitzer Prizes. You should have looked at it a long time ago, and that's the only thing that's disappointing to me about the Mueller report. The Mueller report, I wish, covered the oranges, how it started, the beginnings of the investigation, how it started. It didn't cover that, and for some reason, none of that was discussed. Now, if you look at the IG report, it's very serious. Now we have another.
And somebody says it sounds like he's saying oranges.
IG report
it does.
Out, hopefully very soon. And I think you're going to learn a lot. But you should look at the beginnings and where it started, the whole situation, because this has been a very, very bad thing for our country. The question was asked before about Russia, about Germany, about all of the different things that you and I discuss so often. This has been a very bad thing for the United States. It's been a total waste of time. But what hasn't been a waste of time is some very bad people started something that should have never been started.
Yep.
And I hope that's going to continue forward, because people did things that were very, very bad for our country and very, very illegal. And you could even say treasonous. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Boom. Carly, good job as usual. That's absolutely amazing. This is one serious dude right here. A president talking about treason, folks. That's why the attacks are intensifying. And it's origins. But it does sound like oranges.
Sound like oranges.
Oranges, man. Good.
I was on Q Research last night typing in oranges.
Oranges. Where is it? Oranges. Jay-Z Knight wanted to share a quote with us. It's from George Patton. A good plan executed right now is far better than a perfect plan executed next week. General George Patton.
5-5.
So I just want to share that. Jay-Z Knight's an amazing patriot and a
huge supporter of us, and a real big shout out to her.
And
really love her and all her work, and her voice is getting stronger as well.
Right. And my followers are basically clicking up a little bit. There's been 200 new followers in the last 7 days. After there was a lockdown of my account, then after that, I was doing about 100 followers a day after Jack and Q were fighting. Then it stopped right here at 89.6. So 300 followers in the last month. Also, I want to give you guys a heads up that our YouTube channel is still hovering at 28,000 for the last 5 weeks, maybe.
Over a month.
if you guys can help out,
I don't think they like us out there.
No, they don't like it. They can't find us. We're not in any searches. I've done it myself.
I'm kidding about that. I know they love us, and I know that YouTube is messing with us.
I thought you meant YouTube didn't like us, and that I agree with. But I want to leave you guys with this too. We covered a lot of news today. I really want to get this documented on my channel, and the reason why I want to play this is that it is a very well done segment of a 2-hour interview, and it's chopped up into just maybe 15, 17 minutes, give or take. and it brings in the source along with what we're saying as well. And just so you know, why I'm playing this is the first interview that we had with Caravan to Midnight with John B. Wells, and we're going to be on Friday with him. And this video literally is 17 minutes long. We're going to be on Friday with him, but I want to get you guys caught up so when you guys do catch the new one, you'll know where it is. Shady, do you have any problem with that? I'm going to just play it right now, and we'll be right back, guys.
Fire it up.
Fire it up. Guys, check this out. Watch it. The very same time I mentioned this word, PAYSEUR, is when the attack started. So let's take a listen.
Keep your sanity.
Ladies and gentlemen, I just saw this thing on YouTube that was really quite fun. And it was a very professional-looking presenter saying, in a desperate attempt to fill a 24-hour news cycle, here's some Bravo Sierra.
Now in a desperate attempt to fill 24 hours of programming, here's some bullshit that happened somewhere today.
They don't care. That is not the case with the QAnons. What's important is to get the truth out, and while we can, they understand that, as do we at Caravan to Midnight. This is real. This is not an existential threat. It's happening right now.
We have an army of digital soldiers.
What's in it for all of us is to salvage the Republic. I do believe that can be repaired. Matrixxx and Shady started a show on YouTube called The Q Lounge Live. And welcome, gentlemen. It's good to have you with us. Thank you for coming on.
Thanks so much, John, for having us here. Yes, sir.
Everybody wants to know who Q is. I have said, and have it on good authority, that Q is not one person. Q is many working as one. Where do you come up on that?
First of all, we are patriots who love our country, our freedoms, and our way of life. You know, I am in the Matrixxx with 3 X's on Twitter. And like many of you, I've felt that something wasn't right in the world and our country was headed in the wrong direction, as you pointed out. But something magical did happen in 2016 that defied expectations. A complete outsider to political establishment, Donald J. Trump, won the presidential election. A glimmer of light in the darkness, right? All of these patriots, the Q phenomenon, these are patriots that stand by our duly elected president, but he needed help, and that's where QAnon comes in.
We have an army of digital soldiers.
10 months after President Trump's inauguration, someone named Q arrived on the scene. Q claimed to be an intelligence insider. That's where we're getting our drops, our crumbs from. Could be military intelligence. You know, he selected an off the beaten path form of communication, the 8chan and 4chan boards, and began dropping these intel drops, for curious anons like us to investigate. And these crumbs would add up to the greatest public intelligence drop in the history of the world. Q's purpose is to wake up patriots worldwide to see through these lies and take back the power that rightfully belongs to us. And I think Q's purpose is to support our president and expose these lies, the corruption, the evil, the history that we have been hidden from. Sheep no more, right?
Be honest, it's a blast.
We have an army of digital soldiers.
I like this part, the PAYSEUR part. This is not a name that is well known.
The post that we're referenced to is 714, and it says, mess with the best, die like the rest, 2 highly classified clown ops exposed, 44 remaining wizards and warlocks, save the best for last, P in a kill box. It's in a kill box, that means it's accentuated. So then, people think, oh my gosh, is it the Pope? Is it Pence? Is it Pindar? We've got a lot of different theories that swooped out of that. Anon said P equals Pope. And then Q responded, Pope, all spelled out in the kill box, will be having a terrible May. Those who backed him will be pushed into the light, dark to light, truth, Q. That basically prompted us to do a little digging. Somebody mentioned the name PAYSEUR. And believe it or not, the first reference of PAYSEUR that I found was actually on the CIA website. Why would that be? Well, Q says hidden in plain sight. They are not afraid of you. Essentially, we found that in 1870s, the PAYSEURs bought the Vatican through Parisian bankers via the Rothschilds. So the Rothschilds actually are worker bees for the PAYSEURs. This family is in the top 13 bloodlines under the Merovingian tag. So Marie Antoinette was beheaded, and she sent over her family to the United States, or actually America at that time. And they came into America and they started buying up all the railroad companies. We found out that the 3 railroad companies from the PAYSEURs are the parent to our Federal Reserve System.
By owning the railroad companies, they were able to put the railroad tracks specifically in areas where there were mining rights and areas where they wanted to occupy different aspects of resources.
Yeah, and we found that the PAYSEURs bought Jekyll Island. And every person, the Vanderbilts, the JP Morgan names, all of these names, JP Morgan helped orchestrate for PAYSEUR. These were all trusts. If you bought Standard Oil, Rockefeller, right, Standard Oil, it was called the Standard Oil Trust, which were the stock shares. These are trusts. Q always says, trust the plan, right? John, do you trust Google? Do you trust Facebook? Do you trust YouTube?
Not in the least.
Antitrust, right? So I Googled trust and antitrust, and I found Q's gavel, which he uses on his Patriots fight board. It was a 2009 article, Trust and Antitrust Enforcement, Law Enforcement. And in that article, it tells you that you have to have a clean Department of Justice, right? That's what we're doing now. We're cleaning that. You have to have the Senate control, 57 to 43. We even knew that was going to be the number before it happened for the Senate control and the vote. And you have to have a Supreme Court. This is actually a crime against humanity. This is the big con. Q says, 5-5 a lot, 5 by 5, right? Which means clear in radio. He also says trust, and he says watch the water. So believe it or not, there's an entity called the Depository Trust Corporation on 55 Water Street in New York City, whereby are part of the Federal Reserve System, and they basically are cleared $1.61 quadrillion last year. So the long and the short of it, the banks and the CIA are owned by the railroad, okay? Because when the PAYSEURs came here, Louis Cass PAYSEUR came here, they opened a company called the Virginia Company with 48 families. And then they made another trust called the United States of America and Body Politic, right? All in uppercase. So we refer to the United States of America in all uppercase. It's a proper noun, where Q reminds us that we should be these united lowercase verb states of America. That's what we don't know because history has been hidden from us. We don't know that we're French. I thought we were Rothschild controlled, right? But if you zoom out and think, logically, what do we have sitting in our harbor in New York City?
A gift from the French.
Right. What was the big purchase down there in Louisiana that was French? We are stealth French by stealth.
We think that Q is trying to line us up to suggest and to get people on board with the president. You can see what he's doing right now with the Fed. He's separating the Fed. He's pointing out that the Fed is the problem. Q says that gold ends the Fed. And come to find out, the people that claim that we owe them $20 trillion happen to be the same cabal, the central banking cartel that pretty much runs the world.
Remember when President Trump spelled scot-free, SCOTFREE? Scot-free equals WWG1, WGA. So scot-free means where we go one, we go all. Q post 465. Where did the money come from? How do you destroy the most powerful country in the world? Direct attack or covert op by classified to infiltrate at the highest level to destroy from within? Think game. Who are the players? What are the rewards? America for sale. Patriots in full control. We will make more public. All of the Council on Foreign Relations members' companies are owned by the PAYSEUR family. A third of their assets, every company that is on the national, the NASDAQ or any of these are PAYSEUR companies. Money, right? Control. So let's go to the CIA website and look at this Bloodlines of the Illuminati and read what they say. One of the most secret and powerful families in North America has been the PAYSEURs. They have been so powerful that they could hide their wealth and power. And Q says the ability of tech has hindered their control, right? So their ability to hide. We are finding them now. And they use other satanic families as proxies. The PAYSEURs are part of the top 13 Illuminati bloodline families under the Merovingian bloodline. The first PAYSEUR to come to America was former Crown Prince of France, Daniel PAYSEUR, 1785 to 1860. He came over about 1805 to the U.S. and married Susanna Kisser, 1814. They had 2 boys, Adam and Jonas. Jonas married Harrietta Smith, and they had Louis Cass PAYSEUR. It was this Louis Cass PAYSEUR who hired the Rothschild bloodline of the Springs to run a number of the PAYSEUR companies. Let me just reiterate that. It was this Louis Cass PAYSEUR who hired the Rothschild bloodlines of the Springs to run a number of the PAYSEUR companies. The PAYSEURs were one of the original big railroad families, along with Isaac Kroom and William H. Beatty. Isaac Kroom's wife was a sister to William Beatty. Poor, P-O-O-R-E, Standard & Poor's, is married to this bloodline family. It's all controlled, and it's not owned by Rockefeller. It's not owned by J.P. Morgan. It's not owned by anybody. It's owned by the PAYSEUR bloodline. Now, we found that Queen Elizabeth I was not a PAYSEUR bloodline, but Queen II is. Remember that little girl? She found that all presidents except for 2 were bloodline related? Yep.
It's a great thing for history.
George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, William Howard Taft, and President Barack Obama. One young girl traced them all back to one common ancestor.
They're all cousins and all grandsons of John Lackland.
It's the first family tree of its kind, pouring through more than 500,000 names for months. 12-year-old Bridge Ann D'Avignon discovered that all the U.S. presidents, except Martin Van Buren, are related to the former King of England, John Lackland Plantagenet, signer of the Magna Carta in 1215. It started as an assignment to research her own lineage, tracing it back to roots in France. But Bridge Ann wanted to branch out.
Well, I think we just all go back somewhere, or it's just a matter of proving it.
Under Obama's own executive order, it's an executive order that adds up to the number 17, which is Q, which is ironic. And then section 1.7 is talking about monopolies. They thought she would never lose, so these monopolies could never be stopped. With executive order that our president has, we can stop them now. With that executive order, we are taking that money and putting it back into the Treasury, not Donald Trump's pockets, not some bloodline family's pockets, our pockets. And that's what I think people need to realize. The PAYSEURs and other Illuminati families are all intimately involved in the rise of power for the Rockefellers. They didn't own Standard Oil. They were agents to the trust. They were trustees. That's what people have to realize, because they thought these PAYSEUR bloodlines were done. But with these 99-year leases that they've set up, if nobody claims it, if nobody is appointed to the head of the trust, it goes to the government. So with Loop Capital and the Clinton Foundation and others trying to fight President Trump, but he's got the executive order to protect us and bring it back to us. Q told us to watch CEO resignations. There have been over 5,000 CEO resignations worldwide. That's unheard of.
All of the members of the Senate and the House this past cycle who didn't seek re-election. Right. So many of them, when was the last time you witnessed that many people jumping off the quote-unquote government-elected gravy train?
All of these CEOs and people in nice positions resigning for no reason. Two-part question. Number one, do we know this is true? And number two, why did they resign?
To answer question one is yes, it's true, because we have articles and we have people documenting. Anons are brilliant. We have a resignation anon, resignationinfo.info. He's been doing an amazing job collaborating with Anons and digging up all of the articles that show that CEOs are resigning. It wasn't a coincidence that Eric Schmidt resigned. He's all over QPost. But Shady was talking about re-election. QPost 24. Any person making statements that they will not be seeking re-election was put in submission. For the betterment of the country, not all will be prosecuted and all will do as told. You will see more of this occur, not normal yet, disregarded. And we've got the indictments too. There are over 70,000 sealed indictments.
So this is a fact. This can be proved.
Yes, we have PAYSEUR documentation of the evolution of this. Late in November of last year, people started noticing an unusual amount of sealed indictments coming up in the D.C., Northern Virginia area. 2 weeks later, then all of a sudden they start seeing a bunch in New York. And here, a year and 3 months in, we have calculated somewhere around 73,000 current sealed indictments in America from coast to coast.
You guys are doing some amazing work, absolutely awesome work. When Revelation Day comes, what will the reaction be?
Everything we know is a lie, and that really is so hard to get your head around. And Q has told us that why he chose the Anons is because we're here to be the calm before, during, and after the storm. Yeah, so Q post 225. It's important to understand when this breaks, many won't swallow. The mainstream media, not trusted. You are the voice. We, the Q team, are here to help guide. Future proves past. You are the calm before and during the storm. Q. And what we're going to look for is Q post 55, right? We're going to know when all this goes down. It says, look to Twitter. Exactly this. My fellow Americans, the storm is upon us. God bless.
I've been waiting for this for a long time. I've been watching this since I was a little kid. And I got to tell you that this whole thing, for me, as it has been for you, it's not a job at all. It is a mission. Human beings do matter. We have nothing else more important or even as important to do than this work. Once you've seen this program, ladies and gentlemen, tell the people that you're going to share the program with to just be willing to believe it. God bless and good night.
Yeah, so we really blew Mr. Wells away. In fact, in the original interview, he mouthed the words, wow. So just absolutely amazing. And that is very well done by the Red Pill book on YouTube. So thank you.
And thanks for that compilation there. That was a really nice condensation of that 2-hour interview.
Absolutely. And so the reason why I wanted to play it today, again, is because we've got John B. Wells at the Caravan to Midnight on Friday with Shady Grooove and intheMatrixxx. And Shady, I think that brings us to the end of this show. I don't know how... If you guys enjoyed this show, give us a 23 for bringing the pain. And please, guys, share it if you can for us.
I just dropped the link again for that whole video so that others can share it. And I want to let people know that we approach this subject from a perspective of how would someone perceive this if they didn't know anything about any of this. And we're consistently going to approach it like that. We're not going anywhere trying to talk over people's heads or act like we're smarter than anyone else. We are doing quite the opposite. We are trying to boil this down to its least common denominator in as many areas as possible to make the red pill as small as possible. But no matter how small you make it, it's always going to be a large pill to swallow. You guys out there know how much stuff is going on. So please, that is an interview that you can share with folks that have no idea that the Federal Reserve doesn't belong to the government. They don't know that the Monsanto is poisoning you. That they're staying in the middle, not paying attention to politics. You can listen to this stuff that we produce and we put out, and that is the focus of both of us, to make it understandable for you guys and for your friends and family in a way to where we think our friends and family could understand it. I think that's the only approach.
And, guys, thank you very much for being here today. This is why I think we're over the target. This is why I think we're being attacked. Shady and I got together, and together we're actually a very good team of trying to talk to people. And that's why I'm very happy to meet Shady. He's the first time I was ever on YouTube, just fact, because facts matter, was on the Q Lounge Live going over the first PAYSEUR. So hit our YouTube. It's all here. Check them out. Also, intheMatrixxx.com with 3 X's. Shady, I'm going to take us out of here because we've got an amazing show today. We've got Praying Medic tomorrow. I'm going to be on the Patriots Soapbox tonight with I-70 and Coach Clay at 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern. And I look forward to hanging out with I-70. And Shady, just a quick last word, and I gotta get out of here.
I know you got to go. We got to jump back through, guys. Thanks so much for joining us again today. This is the news. You are the news. It isn't going to be pretty. It's going to be all over the place. We want to bring you the hard data here. That is what we're trying to do. Thanks so much for joining us, guys. We're going to hop off of here now. Praying Medic in the studio with us tomorrow. I'm so excited. I'm very nervous, Matrixx.
Haha, don't be nervous. He's an amazing guy. And guys, bring your questions. If you guys have any questions, go to intheMatrixxx with 3x's.com. Go to the contact form and submit your question for Praying Medic. I'll read a few to him as well.
And if you want to write some down and submit them in the chat here, some of our mods will be there to grab some and bring to us. And we're gonna, this is gonna be an interactive journey with all of us. So thanks so much for being here, and let's jump out of here, Matrixx.
Do it. Thank you. Give us questions, guys. Thank you very much. So this has been the Matrixxx Groove Hour. intheMatrixxx with 3x's.com. Live Q posts coming. We're going to be a Q aggregator, just like QMap.pub and some others. Very excited about that. Praying Medic tomorrow. Spiritual warfare. Keep that armor of God on, people. Much, much love. I-70 and Coach Clay tonight, 9 to 11. At Shady Grooove with 3 O's on Twitter. At intheMatrixxx with 3 X's on Twitter. Much, much love, Patriots. Peace out.